Good evening, everybody. I'm Priyantha Vetmage, Managing Director of ISM APAC. I would like to welcome all of you for the Digital IT BPM Week 2020 on behalf of SLASCOM Regional Development Forum. SLASCOM Regional Development Forum conduct this event support from EDB, ICTA, PITIS, and number of our knowledge partners. In this week, we will have 2 sessions and each day. This is the first session and second day. Today's session is how software development industry will change to cater the new booming industries in this situation, the case e-commerce. Today our speaker is Ovina Peiris, Senior Business Analyst and e-commerce consultants from ISM APAC Private Limited. Ovina, mic for you. Please start the session.
Thank you, Priyantha. Welcome, everyone. So today we are going to discuss about how development industry that we are working in, and as undergraduates that you are going to come in, or as entrepreneurs who are going to come into this industry will change because of Corona or COVID-19, as we know, and how also especially the e-commerce that we have seen will change as well. So to go ahead, this is the topic. And to talk about myself, I am Ovina Peiris. I work as a senior business analyst and e-commerce consultant. Have been in this industry for more than 5 years now. Started as a trainee business analyst, and I graduated from University of Motor, Faculty of Information Technology. And my career span in multiple industries, finance, e-commerce now for more than near 2 years now, and multiple other domains as well. So I work at ISM APAC. So ISM APAC is a company that's situated in Colombo. Our mother company is in Netherlands. It's a Dutch company, and we have businesses in New Zealand, Australia, China, India, Middle East, Europe, UK, and then the USA, Canada itself. So it's worldwide, and we are providing different solutions related to the e-commerce, and that's integrated with ERPs and also sales and marketing related solutions as well. So that's us about ISM APAC in brief. And to go ahead, before we go ahead, you can ask all your questions logging into Slido, as well as if you are using Zoom, you have a Q&A section here. But if you want to ask more questions, you can use Slido. And another thing, when you are asking the questions, please use your email address at the end of your question. So because probably we'll be picking one winner from the questions that you answer today, and we'll give back probably the best question that you answer, or we'll select a random winner. Yeah, so we are all good to start today. And our schedule for today is I will explain the COVID-19 and the present situation. Yes, some things you may have heard of already. And I will tell you industries which are experiencing high growth and also a low growth. And also I'll talk about industries which must and will invest in IT. And also I will talk about the case of e-commerce in the world and in Sri Lanka. Finally, which I think the most important part is what you need to be aware as an undergraduate who's stepping into this industry, or in the whole IT industry, or also as an entrepreneur who's thinking of probably, putting your foot into this big industry to, exploit the opportunities available. Yeah, so we are good to go ahead. The COVID-19 and the present situation. So as we all know, it started in China, but in Sri Lanka, the first Sri Lankan case was identified March 10, and we locked down the whole country on March 22nd. Yes, there were some holidays, but the real lockdown was began on March 22nd, and we reported our first death from coronavirus on March 27th. And now we have reported 10 deaths, and there are a lot of patients were identified, but more than 50% have been now recovered. And universities and schools are closed. You are stuck at home, and I mean, right today is the first day that all 25 districts together open to travel freely, or go wherever you like to. And many companies allowed working from home, like ISM APAC. We were asked to work from home for nearly 3 months now, and you must have experienced this. We all struggled to place our online order, during the past few weeks. That's something that everyone experienced. Government has started relaxing curfew in phases, and now they have relaxed fully. And also government reinforced the medical staff in the front line battling this against this corona. So I have put together 6 points about the COVID-19. A new phenomena, we have never experienced this because we were not alive in 1920 when the last flu hit the world. Yes, some of our older generation have been through world wars, or we went through last year about the bomb attack, but nothing like, there's nothing like this. And the cost of confidence. Now, when you go out, you will look at the other person or the place with the lesser confidence, because you don't know whether they will carry the virus and either you will get infection. The cost of confidence has become a crucial part. The virtual century, shift into virtual working, and this will be a massive shift in the coming weeks, which I'll be talking a lot in this presentation today as well. And every business is a health business. It's not just that selling the medical devices or medical equipment is a health business. When you are doing a business nowadays, you want to integrate the health part into it, because imagine you are doing a you are you're having a hotel business, you're having a restaurant business, you are selling clothes, you are selling another equipment, or you're operating a gym, you're operating a school, or another tuition class. Anything that the health part comes along, how healthy you are in your day-to-day business operation, or how safe guidelines you follow. So health is now an integrated part. More time with loved ones. Probably our parents are now sick of us seeing every day, but that has been the case of all this time. We are spending a lot of time with our parents, sisters, mothers, our wives, children, and all. So yes, humankind is designed in a way where we need a lot of interaction with other people, and we are lacking that, but soon we will be able to meet our friends as well. The reinvention of authority. For all this time, for the past century or so, people were talking about the decentralization or distribution of powers, like giving powers to take decision to the lower level people. But now we control the situation in many countries with the authority or the autocratic decision, and that has helped to control this. And now people are talking about this again. How come this autocratic decisions or the reinvention authority help to control this situation, and why can't we take that back to organization up to some level? So people are talking about this. So these are like 6 facts that we have taken today to discuss in short about COVID-19. And with that, I put 4 quadrants here to talk about the health versus economy into the person versus societal factors. The main outcome of this slide is what I want to tell, that people are more concerned about the economy rather than health, because 88% of the people that participated in a survey that done by Accenture said that I am more worried about the job impact on the economy rather than they are fearful their own health or the health of others. So the health is secondary rather than economy. So that's what actually says. So economy is going to have an impact, but let's see how economy is going to have an impact. The first point is, with the COVID-19, the companies closed down and so many things happen. And it's important, even if you're an undergraduate, if you are any person, to learn about this basic economics. And the first thing is GDP, gross domestic product, which GDP, which we use to evaluate a country. And we have seen a dramatic decline, or a huge decline, in the whole world, not only Sri Lanka, it's in the whole world. In USA, it is estimated to have a GDP reduction of nearly 5%. So that's a big problem, and it will impact the whole world. The gross domestic product coming down will continue to hammer the people. But the next part is the decline in manufacturing. Remember, 80% of the world's needs are fulfilled by manufacturing of goods. We have 2 things of goods and services. Service is like you go and get a haircut. That's a service. And the good is where you go and buy something to eat, a TV, an appliance. And also, out of the 2/3 of that if you take 3 goods, 2 of these goods are in value are used in construction and durable goods. These sectors will be hammered as the economy goes down. There will be result in decreased workforce. The manufacturing gets older, job reduction will take place, and there will be a further decrease in manufacturing. And also, the people who give raw materials. Imagine we are a country that is so rich in terms of minerals. To give or sell the minerals even, there has to be some demand coming from a overseas company. If it's not there, how we can sell? And in the fourth point, there'll be no big investments. And because of no big investment, the projects get halted. Imagine there's a huge set of population of Sri Lanka working in Middle East in construction industry, you know, uh, quantity surveyors, civil engineers, and so many. And because of there are no more investment coming in, you are facing a situation where these companies getting closed down, and Sri Lanka will get less and lesser remittance from other countries. So now Sri Lanka as a country will get impacted, and Sri Lanka will be impacted and is getting impacted already because of less tourism revenue. And you can see as a result, we have taken a lot of decision to stop imports, which is the sixth point, shut down imports, where we stop the revenue from going out of the country. Okay, how this works? Imagine you are buying something from another country where you have to pay dollars, and now you are saving those dollars and keeping this within the country, and but you are trying to make the things within your country itself. And if you look at the recent news, Sri Lanka has got some orders to prepare, masks and some 300 million worth of orders. Like Sri Lanka trying to generate revenue and lesser the amount of money we go out from the country, go out from our country. So Sri Lanka trying to manage the economic impact, but these are the six main facts, that we are foreseeing. So going ahead, how different industries will be impacted. Now, we talk about economy and how it will get impacted because of corona and what are the factors that we will see. So now we will see how different industries get impacted. I'm going to present you with 12 points. Our traveling is limited. We are not traveling as much as we expected. Not only airlines, but vehicles aren't, not people are not buying vehicles anymore. And if you look at the railway industry, they're not generating any revenue these days. So these industries are supposed to get impacted. And we will buy more online. That's a given. And as we buy more online, there'll be more things that come online for purchasing as well. And the most important part is education will be online. Now, education, uh, it's not for undergraduates actually. The mainly, it will not start with undergrads. It will start with the master's degrees and professional qualifications mainly, because if you're working and you would really love to actually do your studies from home, and that will come as quickly as possible, where you will be able to register, do your quizzes, get a master's degree by studying online. And this will be followed by undergrad degrees, even in Sri Lanka, because in Sri Lanka we have a high IT literacy and high literacy as well. So this will come to Sri Lanka very quickly than anyone expects. We will have online degrees where we can study full time from home without even stepping outside. So that's something. And your doctor will go online. Remember, if you have a small cough and fever, and I don't know whether many people have seen this. There's an application called Odo, where your doctor is at the you know at your fingertips. You can just dial. The doctor will come online, a video call. You just tell your symptoms, and doctor will prescribe medicines. And there are now smartwatches can track these, ECG and heartbeat. So basically, you can track everything at home. Tell your doctor, even your blood pressure can tracked, and your diabetic level, sugar level can be tracked at home. If you can track everything, and if a doctor comes online, and if you can give these figures to him, and he looks at you, and he can prescribe medicine, that will be the future. And unless you are having a serious medical condition, you will be staying at home and you'll talk to your doctor. And the next part, the computer and devices, there'll be a huge demand that coming up for computer devices, because uh, the people will start working from home more and more, and there'll be a more requirement. Uh, there are computers even for purchasing at 20,000, 15,000, which is in current condition, I would say something achievable for many people, not everyone, but many people. And imagine you're buying a second-hand, third-hand laptop for your kid for studies. Yes, this will be the future in Sri Lanka as well. I'm not talking about the higher level, the people in the country, but everyone will have access to laptop, at least a the second-hand or third-hand laptops or a mobile PC at home. With that, we are going to have a next generation. We have generation X, Y, Z, and we will have another generation soon coming in who actually are living on the computers. Yes, already we have population like that, but this population will not even step out to go to school. So that will be the future. And internet is the key. Your telecommunication service provider will be the king because they are the ones who control everything, and they play a vital part in. They will play a vital part in any economy. Delivery services. Now, if you remember Pick Me, why I'm taking this example, if you remember, they quickly changed their deliveries, or their fleet of vehicles for which is there for hiring, or the cabs, to delivery service. Why? Because delivery service became the most important service in the country in the past few months. Because people can't go out, you need someone to bring the goods to your home, and that's why delivery service become important. Social media impact, we are going to see a lot of people coming online, a lot of people on YouTube, and a lot of people on watching TV shows and all. And the next one, city life and traffic. Now, this will not be seen in Sri Lanka right away, but you will start to see less and less traffic in the city, and people start realize it is not worth to purchase a house or an apartment in the city. People will move away from the city and start working from home, and you will see a less demand for apartments, even a city level, city side houses. There will not be enough demand in the future. Investment industry, people are saving money. That's a given because they are staying at home, and there will be more investments such as funds or such as in banks. Right, not right now because people are impacted, but as time goes on, the investment industry will pick up. Bank services has a major role to revive this industry, as well as they have a major role in bringing these all the services online, educating the population where they don't have to come to bank. And in the future, there might be a bank which is not present as a place, but it will be only online. So there can be something like that. And work from home life, which is the final point. Well, yeah, there'll be a lot of people start working from home because companies are realizing they can have a small office, small number of people, and let the others working from home, because for some companies it has been a success. So we are going to see three long-term trends here. What three long-term trends that we are going to see? The ever increasing focus on health. CPG, meaning consumer price goods. Brands should support healthy lifestyle, and the companies that sells with the healthy lifestyles, or where you offer your shoppers or buyers a health strategy, uh, probably maybe the way of packaging, or maybe the way of the ingredients of that, if it's a product that's used for consuming, like to eat, and there'll be a lot of demand for those products than the consumer unfriendly products. So that really long-term trends, a rising conscious consumption, meaning imagine a person who actually purchases a lot of grapes or apples to eat, and in the future there'll be a level where they will purchase the same amount but will consume over a long period. Or another example is that people will reduce the waste, they will cook only what they need. I mean, if you look at rice, right, nowadays we see a lot of food waste going on, but this will not be the case in the future. They will cook exactly what they need because they realize these days, well, we can't waste foods, or we can't waste anything. And also you will see the reduction of demand for electronic industry equipment, because people will try to repair whatever they have without buying again. Unless you are a crazy fan of new techs, people will stop buying, people will repair as much as they possible without just throwing away if something is broken. Growing love for local. We have seen this in Sri Lanka, we are seeing, and we'll see in the future as well, the desire to shop local, because this saves money, because now suddenly the people realize, hey, I'm saving a lot of money by buying local. Why not actually just do it forever? And that's what the people will do. So these three are long-term trends, and you might wonder, well, why am I talking about these long-term trends, financial impact, and how different industries get impacted? As undergraduate, or as anyone in this industry, or anyone from outside the industry, it is important to keep this in fact, because in selecting the jobs, your future job, in selecting where to put your money as investment, or in selecting, what will be the future in the coming times. So yeah, so the next slide, I will show you quickly a digital behavior changes. Uh, as per Google survey on another, and also based on another Accenture analysis, it was identified that 51% more interaction with TV streams, 35% more interaction on social media, 24% more video chat during the period, 15% more online shopping changes, meaning 15% more are shopping online. What does it mean? People are now getting used to the online streams or online media or online application and so on. If you're a YouTuber, I'm sure this must have been the time period where you earn the most of money, because people are at home, people are crazily going through, the different content. I think this is the time period where in the Netflix, if you heard, earn the most amount of revenue, and there are a lot of streams plays. There are a lot of people who log into YouTube and watch the different videos. So yeah, this is a digital behavior changes. People are coming online. People are on social media more than ever now. So we'll take a look at a few different industries by identifying specifics in these industries. So changes to the travel industry. I explain a few facts about travel industry. And from this moment, I think it's good to understand every fact, because this will be the way that I'm going to explain how software development industry will change to cater this. So if you look at travel industry, airline industry is in tougher times. People will not travel anymore a lot in airplanes or airlines. Why? Because if you can work from home for the company that's in your own country, people will not think to ask you to come in a plane to their country to work, or at least to participate in a meeting. Because why? You have internet, you have the laptop, you can go online and do the same thing. Because people realize a lot things that they can do over an email, they actually did in meetings, because now they are realizing, hey, this is just an email but task, and we had a meeting previously. So that's a change that we're going to have. An impact on car rental services or cab services. People will travel less, it will take a long time these companies start earning a better revenue. Uber, Pick Me will not start earning a revenue right away. And also, we will see shipment delays and cargo industries. Like I explained earlier, remember the slides are linked. I didn't explain earlier, as the economy goes down, there will be less and less orders from manufacturing purposes. So ships don't have anything to ship now. For what they are going, and they will not have anything to ship for. Cargo industry will be in dire times. They will not have enough things to do, and because the global demand plunges, you will see lesser demand for this cargo industry as well. Delivery service in high demand, and if you are having a delivery fleet, this is the golden times for you to improve your business. And if you are in a software industry, and if you're having the slightest idea of delivery, developing application for delivery services, I think this is the best time. And if you can develop a solution and sell it, I think there will be a lot of people to buy it as well. Yeah. So the next part, the next industry, changes to the education industry. I just put across few screenshots from different articles I read over the past few days and past few weeks. Corona is going to change the education forever. Like I explained, people will start e-learning, and for example, Cambridge University, all lectures to be only online until summer of 2021. So that's a drastic decision. So for more than another year, everything will be online. So how it's going to change? E-learning, like I explained, e-learning have better attraction in the future, especially for master and professional qualification, which will be followed by the bachelor's or the undergraduate degrees that many of are doing. Schools and university will not be the same. Even when children go back to the school university, there'll be a lot of regulation, and things will never be the same. There'll be lesser fun for them. They cannot be together like they were used to. They even in hostels, even in schools, there'll be distances. I don't think we can have 40, 50 people, children in the same class. what I'm hearing from my colleagues in Netherlands is that now they are allowing only 50% of students to come into the classes, and the rest, the first 50% come on the Monday, the rest 50% of the come on the Tuesday. So like that, one batch goes to school for 2 days, and in the next week they'll go for 3 days. Like that, they are actually not even allowing all the children to come back for class, and this will go for a long time. More parent interaction, as education is going to take at home, parents will have a stress time period. Why I'm saying that, if you're having children, and if you and your husband, or if you and your wife both are working, and if you have children, you are going to face a lot of stress. And if you're the only two that can look after kids, and if the kid is at home, you can't go to work, and that can create a lot of cultural impact, a lot of family issues. These things are there, and it's important that people realize this and go ahead. Redefine the role of educator. uh, it's important that with the students being able to gain access to knowledge, and even with learn a technical skill through a few clicks on their phone, we will need to redefine the role of educator in the classroom. The educator cannot be a person with the lesser technical knowledge than the ones that comes as student, which we see nowadays. Educator has to learn and, you know, be up to the level with the technical technology and when going ahead. So this will be a major need in the coming times. So another part, now education industry will see a lot of things happening in the software, in terms of software development as well. And changes to the healthcare, which is the next point. The criticality of technology in healthcare will increase. Now we talk about the traveling, we talk about the education, and now we are talking about the healthcare. Critical of technology in healthcare. Technology will underpin healthcare response to COVID-19, and it has underpinned. And people have realized, okay, technology is what drive people to a more, to a better cure or to save them. Technology helps, so they will actually invest more in technology. Healthcare system to monitor and control activities will be in demand. Uh, to increase efficiency and effectiveness, there'll be more need for systems to be in place, like for softwares to be developed, and also for equipments to be developed. So a lot of demand coming in the future. More investment will be made for future research activities. People will invest a lot of money in future research activities in healthcare, because they realize having a better healthcare, having a better system for research is more important than any other times, and we will invest more. You are no, like I said earlier, you are no longer visiting a doctor. So these are the things that actually directly be linked to software development industry changes as well. So you might see I talk about every industry, but not e-commerce. I'm keeping the best for the last, actually. So we see industries which will heavily rely on IT. Like I explained, there are a few industries. Now, the convenient, now a necessity. It was a convenient earlier, but now a necessity. Earlier, it was an investment in IT. Hey, if I invest in IT, my customers will find it easier to do the shopping. But no, now it's a necessity. It is COVID-19 is an amplifier. It has amplified the need, actually, where it has accelerated what we saw as a matter of convenience. So companies will make more and more investment to make sure that they have this necessity system in place. So technology will drive the companies or every business in the future. So the software development industry is in for a drive in the future. A lot of demand coming in, a lot of opportunities for people to invest in. And yeah, so education industry, more investment in e-learning, like I explained. Computer will be necessity. Use of online tools available. Remember, uh, there'll be demand for school and universities and every tuition classes, or in Sri Lankan terms actually, to have a system in place where their students can log in, download the papers, download the articles, download the presentations, and maybe have quizzes. Yes, there are companies who sell these systems or solutions upfront, but there will be need for custom solution as well. And this institution will come after software development companies asking to develop these systems. And here we have a good IT industry in Sri Lanka, and we should be ready for that. Invest to access, education become fully available, and as become fully online, companies will invest for this. Uh, what I meant by this is, now it's not that if you are, if imagine you are a good tutor, and you can teach well, for example, professional qualification like project management. And it's not just the Sri Lankans now you can teach for. With the tools available, you can actually teach to the whole world, and you will have a lot of revenue coming in. And that's the beauty of this industry is going to be, which is already taking place, but this will amplify. And like I explained earlier, change to the healthcare industry will be there. Investment in healthcare system will be there. So you will have more opportunities to develop software, investment to develop equipment, use of online tools available, like I talk about ODOC, or the online ordering mechanism of tablet or your medicine requirements, AI to fasten healthcare research. There will be a lot of need coming in for AI or artificial intelligence as we know it, to drive the healthcare research, because right now it's more manual, and if we can integrate AI, which will be a need in the future, the healthcare research will be more faster than ever, and we will have cures in a quicker time than ever. But for that, the better AI system has to come in. So yeah, we talk about healthcare, education, and it's time for the e-commerce, the best part. The case of e-commerce in the world and Sri Lanka. We will take a look at the changes to the e-commerce. I put some screenshots to show you the situation back in the day, like 3 months, 2 months back in Sri Lanka. Keys went out of the, they couldn't manage the amount of orders they were getting. And you can see Glowmark, Love Super, they all closed their online stores. They couldn't manage the demand coming in. Kagi somehow came up with a system like, hey, you call us, we will deliver, but delivery will be done in 24 hours. And who could call these numbers? Every number was busy. So people could not manage this demand. So why people could, because people could not manage demand, there was a need for better systems, which I think Keels actually was able to get it done properly. And let's look at the world reacting to COVID-19 in e-commerce. E-commerce in Saudi Arabia, food sales surge amid COVID-19. Niche online brands are surging because, niche brands meaning not Nike and Adidas, but imagine Avi or DSI shoes. There are niche brands compared to Adidas, which are premium brands. So that's a niche and premium brands. There's a higher demand for niche brands in the world. So meaning people will buy now every product that they can get access to. E-commerce firms plan to hire more local. Amazon India announced to plan 50,000 temporary staff. 50,000 temporary staff for now, and this means there are more job creation in the e-commerce industry. Pioneer, if you are a person who doing online freelancer work, Pioneer is something that you come across usually, which I came across when I was an undergrad because of the freelance work I was doing. E-commerce search and brick and mortar. Brick and mortar is the term. If you search on the Google, brick and mortar refers to the physical store that you go and buy product. It will no longer be the case in the future. People will not need to go to a store and buy. Yes, for the experience you can go, but it's not be the case anymore. People will buy and online order and get it to their home. This, in the past few months, this was just food and the very necessity basics, but this will go on to the highest, or the probably the highest level that we can think of, maybe jewelry, or high level electric equipments, which maybe cost around 500,000 to 1 million. Even that will be allowed to order online. And yeah, so the next one, the changes to e-commerce. People will buy more online. Technology evolved with people having access. People have mobile phones, smartphones nowadays. A lot of people have. At least if the parents don't have the child with even the youngest child will have a mobile phone. So what does happen is, with people having access to internet, people start purchasing a lot on internet, from food and beverages to larger goods that I was trying to explain. Right now, it's just food and beverages, but sooner than later, customers start buying most of their needs and most online. We will need system in place for this, more convenient and safety delivery services. That's the part of the e-commerce. Delivery services will be combined together with the e-commerce, and there'll be a bigger demand for that. And the other part is the online payment. The need for online payment solution will arise. E-commerce, the option to buy online with the delivery and the payment services, three things together will drive the economy a lot faster in the future. And like I explained, investment in online platforms will come. People will ask, a lot of companies will come, hey, develop a system for me, develop a system for me. And people will start investing in Google Analytics and AI tracking. Why? People will need to learn about the customers. Google Analytics already offers this. Google Analytics has e-commerce tracking. It allows you to track the behavior of uh, a shopper or a buyer. If they add to cart, you can track it. If they don't buy it, you can see, okay, this person add to the cart, they didn't buy. Why? You can actually identify the why scenario as well. So you will try to understand the customer, online payment, chatbots and tool. These will people invest in this. There are a lot of online payment tools available. People will invest in this, and the chatbot is where, if you go to website, you might see on the right hand down corner, you must have seen a chat box where you can chat. So directly this message will go to a person on the company, in the company, who's using this. So these tools will have a lot of investment coming in, a lot of need for development. Automation will be a key. E-commerce automation in fulfillment, delivery for self-checkout at store also will be there. Imagine you go to a store, you just add to the product to the uh, or your basket that you have, and you just check out, and it basically, you don't have to do anything. You just add to the basket, you just go out from the door, and it will automatically charge you, and your card will be charged. And imagine automation. You are not interacting with a single person in this store. You are just adding the goods, you are just going out, putting into the bag and going out. Everything automated. This system will have a demand as well, because the people will like when there are lesser interaction in a situation like this, in a health pandemic like this. So these are the investment that will come in. So now the next part is, to be successful in e-commerce, you need the right platform to invest, or to go as an e-commerce solution, or as a company that to sell online, and right products. You should sell the right products to your right customers. Don't try to sell the Adidas or Nike, the higher end brands, to the first people in a village, because they will, yes, if they have, they will buy, but they will rather try to buy the product which will give them the best value. It's not only products. So I was talking to this my customer in New Zealand like past week, and he was saying, hey, I just booked to a haircut to my kids. And I was like, sorry, what? And he was like, oh no, that is a system, and there's this barber, and he has this online website. I can go online, I can select a date and a location that he has to come to. I can select which haircuts I need my kids to get, and I select two different haircuts for my younger daughter and younger son, and he just selected and add to cart, like you do in the Dara's website or any other eBay or AliExpress. And I just paid online. And I was like, wow, why can't we do this in Sri Lanka? Because they're using it, and if we can get used to this, we can do that as well. So it's not just products, it's services as well. And imagine you're a plumber, carpenter, and someone comes online, say, hey, I need this service. I mean, if you are a plumber, meaning you fix pipes or water pipes and all, or you basically construct pipes or pipes in your in-house water systems, and you go online and you list down your services. And imagine I come online, I select I need a plumber, and you have your services. I select service what I need, and you have prices defined already. And imagine I have option to pay online. When you wake up the next day, you will have your order, you will have your money in your bank account, and you just have to go and do the work. So this will be the future. It's not just products, but it'll be services. Select the right way to advertise. That's the most important part in e-commerce. And that's another area where our software development industry will have more requests coming in. Select the right partners for delivery, payment. You should choose the right partner to be successful in e-commerce. So the final e-commerce solution will have the e-commerce solution partner, sourcing partners, like to get input, payments, service providers, delivery partners, marketing in different mediums. So all these combined, you will have a better final e-commerce solution. And remember, as an uh, a seller, or as anyone in this industry, a software development industry especially, it is important to understand when someone requests an e-commerce solution, to understand the terminologies, or it can be healthcare, education, anything. It's important to understand the business needs. And when it comes to e-commerce, that's why I'm explaining specially about each and every aspects. So you might think, well, Sri Lanka will take some time to do this. No, we are not. You can see these are just few examples. Pay here, shop here, payable, best one express delivery service. They are already in this. So some people are too late, and these people are already, trying to exploit the opportunities, or get the best out of what is available now. Imagine you have this payment option here, shop, you can create online shop here, and this best one express delivery partner. All three combined, you can create a web shop and sell your product. Hey, your customers will get the products, you get the money. And this is easy as that. We are already on it. And it's just not just this. There'll be more demand coming in, big companies, big systems. So there'll be more requirement for a software development industry. So going towards the end of the discussion, my main slide, two slides, I discussed about the e-commerce industry with the other industries. The future employment in IT industry. Now, you can be an undergraduate, you can be someone working already in the IT industry. There are a few things you need to be aware when working in this IT industry. The first thing is, it's not only about technical skills. You can be a software engineer who's really good at coding, but if you fail to understand the very basic of a solution that you are developing, imagine you are developing a solution for a company that sells clothes. When you sell clothes in a web shop, the most important part is to show the clothes properly, or the designs. And if you're selling car parts, imagine the most important part is to show the specification, or the length, width, how many millimeters of this product is, and which vehicles that will fit to. In the clothing web shop, where you sell clothes, the most important part is to show the colors, show the sizes, and show the cloth, more importantly. So there are two different scenarios. You can be a software engineer, QA engineer, system engineer, or a cloud system engineer, any of these. But if you don't understand the basic solution you are developing, it is not going to work. You need to be thorough with the industries you are working with. And I am a business analyst, but our careers are not there forever, because we are looking for full stack engineers in the future. Why? There should be a way where a developer should be able to talk to customers, get the requirement, develop, test, and give the solution. And if you are working for a company that's in Europe, or I think that people are only looking full stack engineers. So that's the future. And I'm not saying you must, but it's important to have this skill. Be ready for the future office. Future office is your home, not anywhere else. Not right now, at least in another 2 to 3 years, for 5 years time, we will see a lot of working from home. And because we're already seeing now it's happening, because Google, Facebook asked their employees to work from home till 2022 or 2021 summer. So that's a long time to come. And the third one is, one skill will not be enough. Now I'm a business analyst, but I am learning, how we can host a solution in cloud, Azure and Google Cloud. Because what I see is, it's important that I learn that, because that I'm not limited to then one skill, and I'll be having multi-skill when I'm, working in this industry. Never limit yourself to one skill. If you are a software engineer, learn management. If you are a quality assurance engineer, learn management. Learn other skill, because that's where you can set your career. And get used to being monitored by your employer. Your productivity could be measured and tracked, even if you're working outside a traditional office environment. Because as people are working from home, there'll be more emphasis given by supervisors or managers to track your productivity, how productive you are in developing your solution or in doing your day-to-day work. Get ready for the next pandemic. Yes, you must be ready for the next pandemic before it comes too late, and invest now and build your own business as well. And not just business, maybe at least have a sidekick or a side business for you, at least grow something in your home. And that's important. Most importantly, be mindful. This is the most important part in terms of being a future employee, because this is what will drive. And the next one, the future for all of us. Whether you are an employer, manager, in the undergrad, enable the virtual workforce, support the virtual worker with the remote network end user devices, because that can, if you are an entrepreneur and if you're opening a business, that can be the tricky part for you, You are working from your home, your employees will work from their home. You will not spend on office. Your address will be your office address will be your home address, and you have your employees working full time. Just give them devices and that's it. And you have a business or a software development company. Scale for extraordinary circumstances. Make sure that you will use the cloud or simplified architecture automation as much as possible, because when you have automations in place, and if you are a software engineering company or a solution, you have solution build, automation can play a vital role and establish elastic security. And what I mean by this, uh, you as a manager or anyone, if you're undergraduate when going into the industry, please think about solutions which where it allows you to adapt to different environment. For example, as a business analyst, when I write a solution for my customers, I think about the future. What happens when this changes? And my customers appreciates when I ask that question, because when I ask that question, they know I'm not just trying to solve their pain, because the softwares are developed to solve a pain of a customer. It's not just that your customer can ask for, hey, I need to add some figures and get the sum, a simple calculator. But not just a calculator. You have to ask which language you will be using and how do you want to see this screen, where it should be screen, how the button should be. These are the questions you ask, and that's how you develop a system. And these systems or solution that you give should be a future elastic, should be adaptable, should be changeable. And power care and operation better insight anywhere you, because you are now an undergraduate or you are working just as an employee, but sooner you will go to higher levels and you'll start working at managers or higher level employees. uh, Activate your organization to adapt. You operate at speed and agility. Using data can play a vital role in this industry. Even as software engineers, e-commerce industry, any industry, data analytics play a vital role and will play a vital role forever. Amplify add value and effectiveness. Economic downturns impact platform advertising spend globally. Identify new global prospect will be quickly essential. If you are a company, you have seen that people are not investing much, and there'll be a limited segment who invest in new projects, like very limited customers. Tracking them quickly is more important, because you don't want to see your competitor getting that customer. So it's important to reach out and get that customer quickly. Elevate the role of technology. If you are working for a company, if you are a manager, high level, or even going as an undergraduate, keep the technology at the center level, because uh, everything in the future will drive with the technology. And as the role of technology, if you elevate the role of technology in your company will be successful. So yeah, that takes us to the end of the presentation today. And the bonus slide is that a lockdown lesson: cost of living is never expensive. Because this is what I realized: it's the cost of lifestyle that is expensive. So I think this is what we realized for a long time. And yeah, so we are going to the questions, and like I explained, uh, yeah, this is what it's time for your question. I will first pick the QAs. Q and A's are there. So as and okay, so I will first answer a few questions that coming in Zoom as well, and also I have few questions on Slido. I'll first go for the Bhuti Manakal is asking question as IT undergrad, what skills should we develop in order to cater future job markets? Well, it depends on what career you are looking at. You can be a person, you know, you can be a person going want to be a software engineer. You can be a person want to be a QA engineer, and please don't limit yourself to one skill. Please be mindful about the industry. When you go for an interview, make sure that you know the industry, that company that caters answer caters solution for. And when you can answer that, it's just about learning the exact technical tools that the company use, because already know the system or the industry. And well, Suranga is asking what is the best language to learn, how do we itself. Well, I'm not a very technical person, but I can give this answer. uh, our company, he was using a soft developed software from ASP.NET, and now we are actually moving to React. So it's a future technology, but I'm not telling the people will not use. Be multi-skill, learn multiple languages, not just one, because the concept is the same. Because if you learn about the object-oriented programming in your university, you know the concept. And C, C#, .NET, any other language is built upon this concept, the object. And if you can learn this, I think this is where you can go for. Yeah. So so I go to the question on the Slido. Oh, okay. Before that, I will ask for Vishwa's question about how about social media marketing agency? Yes, exactly. Yes, there'll be a really important. They will play a really important part as well. That will be a new job market. That will create a new job market for everyone. Because social media becoming important because people are at home, people are on social media a lot, and people will start actually uh, seeing a lot of content coming on social media. And if you're a social media agency that can cater your customers' needs, you know, you can tell you a customer comes to you saying, hey, I want to advertise my product. And if you're an agency that can find the best tools available for that particular company, because Facebook might not be the best place always for that company. And if you can find the best places for that company, I think you as a social media agency can play a vital role. So going to Slido now, how to change people to use technology in day-to-day activities. Many people have lacked knowledge in tech, especially middle level. How to achieve it? Well, imagine you are teaching how to use a mobile phone to your mother. It's very hard, right? Even to type a message, even to do anything. But you still try to do it and you get mad, but still you do it. The answer is we must do it. And it's important as software developers or a technical companies, or like in this IT BPO industry, to develop solutions which are all generation friendly. It's not just it does a solution has this shouldn't be complicated. And imagine you have a customer comes to the web shop and try to buy a product, and meaning a website, they try to buy a product. Anyone with any knowledge should be able to buy. The icon should be visible, the places should be visible, they should be able to use this. And imagine you have an online education tool. Anyone who comes to the that website should be able to log in very easily, because those should be very visible, and find a course for themselves and start learning. It's about our solution we develop. The solution we have developed have been so complex that people can't understand it. That has been the case. I think this should change in the future, where our solution should be more easy to learn and easy to understand. So yeah, how to make a right platform as an undergraduate for e-commerce. Chiran Pereira is asking. Well, Chiran, it's about how you see it. I mean, how you learn about the e-commerce. I cannot tell, okay, this is the right way, you have to give the screen like this. It differs. For example, take my example of selling clothes versus selling car parts. When you're selling a car part, you have to give the information to the customer. So when selling a cloth, you need to show the cloth or the more pictures. It's two different views actually, two different things people will see when it comes to the web shop or the website. So if you can provide a system where the people can build a website easily with drag and drop things here and there, I think that will be a good solution. But it's totally up to the ability to think, and it's about doing the research. Like I said, data analytics play a vital part. Run a survey and learn about the people, problems people face, and you can actually do a good job. So coming back to Q&A on Zoom, Santusha, if you are a computer science graduate, what are the science qualification you recommend? Well, if you are a computer science graduate and if you are graduating with a degree, I would say join the industry, wait for 6 months, and learn what are you good at. If you think you can be a software engineer in the future as well, be a tech lead, what you need is to know about management skill, because you don't forever want to be a tech lead and be like that. You want to be a manager, because that's where you should aim at. If you are a quality assurance engineer, you can be a high level QA lead, QA manager, but learn management. And if you want to change career, learn project management, like that. But first step into the industry and learn what you need to do. And do we knowledge on SAP ERP? Not must, unless you are working for a company, but it's important to have. And for example, before ISM APAC, I joined there, I didn't know anything about the ERPs. I learned everything after joining the company. And that has added a lot of value to me, to my career. And because I know a lot of ERP, SAP, and Dynamics. So yeah, it's important to know, but make sure that you will not overly focus on things. Because if you are going to work for a company that do not rely on ERPs, don't learn. but learn on the things that you will be able to ignite your career in that company, and learn about the industry. Do research, because Google is not, or the internet is not just to go to Facebook and play videos. Learn a lot. Yeah. And the next part is, how about the role of girls in the IT software development? The only thing is I can say is, look at New Zealand. We have Prime Minister Jacinda, a woman, and there's nothing as such where you cannot do anything. You can do everything in the IT industry. And I have seen girls who work from 9 to 6, so efficient in this industry, and go back home at 6, even by completing every task before all the guys in that team. So it's not just you being a girl and cannot do anything. And yeah, sure, how about Angular? Is React better than Angular? Well, again, it depends on the company you work for. If your company asks you to develop in Java, you must develop in Java, not in, and it's about the company you go to work for. And I'm a not technical person, and I think I shouldn't answer that question as well. Things going to depend on intent. What if intent is facing problem? Well, that's up to the people who manage these solutions, and I think it's important for these companies, CLT, Mobile Dialog, in Sri Lankan terms, we know, to make sure that they have better infrastructure and they manage them. Going back to again Slider, because we answer a lot of questions. How can I build myself better? Maju is asking. Well, Maju, if you ask, if it's important, yes, to know how you can build yourself. It's about learn, because everything is available on the internet. Make sure you read a lot of articles, read a lot of newspapers, and spend some time reading news. I think that's or some research article. Just don't go on Facebook and spend a lot of time there. And yes, I use go on Facebook. I'm not saying no. You should enjoy your life going there, and yes, you should make sure that you have a social life, but spend some more time on learning as well. Timothy, I'm developing an online service platform through Wix because of lack. What are the drawbacks using such platform? Again, Timothy, it's not something that I can answer, but it's okay to use other platform to build services or solutions as well, as long as it doesn't give drawbacks to or limit to your customers who are actually using your solutions. So that's the most important part. So if that's the case, yes, we will not see any problem. And the next question is, just give me a second. Yeah, so in this current time, do we need to learn SAP? Yeah, I think I answered that. Interview process become more online for a job. Yes, you will be interviewed online more than ever. So it's something that you should get ready for. Going for an online interview is not just about, facing an camera and answering question. I think there was a good session yesterday about etiquette, how you wear, how you do certain things. And I think that's applied for an online session, online interview as well. Yeah, so coming back to Zoom again. So there are a lot of questions. What is the best website for freelancing? You should figure it out yourself, because there are a lot of places, and freelancing is not just about going online and do a task, but freelancing is also include you provide your own solution to customers who are requesting services in Sri Lanka. Like, go and find, it's open market. You can always find them. Is there anything online earning system in Sri Lanka? Well, no online earning systems in Sri Lanka. Don't rely on that. Learn a task, build your own company, build your own company rather than rely on these probably fake things, I would call it, because my question is, if there are system you can earn online, but why not these company owners do by themselves and become millionaires? So that's a simple question. Any market for SEO in the webs? Oh, there is a big market for search engine optimization. People can't figure it out. There are people are failing to figure it out, and it's not easy. Which skill are more important in the industry? Jeevan, as technical skill plus management skill, both are really important. SIMA, IT, HR. I am a SIMA graduate as well, and I have IT degree as well from. Well, it depends on where you are heading. Think about your career and be ready for your career. In this time, we do not learn. I think I understand answered that. Yeah, learning ERP and SAP. Cryptocurrencies will become a part, but not right now. Don't rely on that. Make sure you work with the currencies you see. How is HR and IT merged together going to be important? Really important, because if you are in HR, if you don't know how to manage your employees, I think it's going to be a really problem, because you need to learn how to manage employees at home. Well, I'll answer two more questions and finish it off. I'm developing an online platform. I think Timothy, I answered that. I'm an electronic and computer science engineering graduate coming from software engineering side as well. Is it okay to work in software, learn industry and take experience? Yes, of course, you can do that. And because I have seen a lot of people who are having electronic and computer system engineering degrees working as business analysts as well as even software developers. So it's totally okay. What subject should I learn? Well, it's totally up to you, Janindo. You should actually, it ask the peers, software developer peers, not me. I'm a business analyst and a consultant. There are better people who can answer. So yeah, and I will try to answer other questions by replying, but I think this draws to an end. And thank you so much for everyone. Sorry for not being able to answer all the questions, but by one more question. Does age matters to join ID field? No. I have seen people who have been in the accounting field, who worked as auditors, and now are MVPs. I have one real example in our company working as well. And age does not matter. If you want to enter now and learn IT and be a better employee and start your own company. So yeah, thank you for everything, and thank you for all the good questions asked, and hope to see a better performing IT industry in the future. Thank you, Slascom, and thank you for organizing this event. Yeah, over to you.
Right, thank you, Ovina. So like Ovina said, Ovina will pick from Slido, whoever answers, put up a question. So we will get in touch with that person individually. So thank you so much, Ovina. It was a wonderful presentation and spending your time and sharing your knowledge. So thank you everyone for joining in. So that's come to the end of the first session of day 2 of Digital IT BPM Week. So then stay tuned because we have another more session coming up at 6:30. Hope to see you all again at 6:30. Thank you, everyone.